Welcome back to the Sidetracked podcast. We got another episode with the Hailey Reese today, and you could say hi.
Oh, well, hi. I'm so excited to be back.
I'm excited because today we're not talking about ourselves. We're not talking about past stuff. It's gonna be just like a normal episode, but Hailey's the co-host today, so you've never put content like this out there.
No, I don't think I've ever talked about anything like pop culture or even like things going on in the world other than spooky stuff. So this is going to be a lot of fun to hear your takes and then see what we stand the same on.
We got a juicy outline, and also we're going to be taking some calls from you guys later. We put out, we have our little phone number that we put out, so you guys could call in with your advice, questions, whatever you have. So make sure you're following us on Instagram at the Sidetrack Podcast. It'll be in the description down below. My personal Instagram, Jenna's. Follow Hailey, but we'll get to that. And yeah, I'm very excited. First of all, okay, I am literally sweating. Like, I want to be cute. I want to be cute and wear like the baggy sweaters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But number one, I'm 600 pounds and I live in South Florida.
Andrew,
so it's never.
The Florida thing is a very valid point.
But not the overweight thing?
No. You know what? We're going to always agree to disagree on this subject because I will never be that friend that's going to joke around with you about that. Really, ever. I don't think I ever have. Have I really? Ever?
No. You've never joked around about it. I think I do it enough for everyone in the room.
That's very true. That's very true. But honestly, to be fair, I'm pretty warm myself too because I always have to turn off the air when I record because it will just start like going off obnoxiously halfway through. So I have no choice but to shut it off, and then I boil too. So we're in this together today.
Speaking of sweaters, Hailey is wearing the sweater that she wore in one of my favorite pieces of content that I am in on the internet. What was it? It was a drunk.
We did the Edward 40 hands. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if we did it right, guys. I feel like halfway through, we just started playing our own game and drinking it ourselves, and it became a mess, to say the least.
It's on my channel. It's called Ruining Our Reputation. It's on my YouTube channel.
And we did exactly that.
We had to take like 40s, which is like the 40 ounces of whatever alcohol, and we had to duct tape them to our hands, and you can't take them off until you finish them.
You did beer.
So I did, because that's what it's supposed to be with.
Yeah.
You cheated.
I can't drink beer, let alone that much. But no, go ahead and say what you were going to say because anyone who hasn't seen it kind of needs some context on that one.
We got so drunk, and it was in the time of like the Emma Chamberlain editing, like that era. It is one of the funniest pieces of content I have on the internet. It's seriously one of my favorites.
And you know what's funny?
So
when we first did that video afterwards, I had like the anxiety, of course, being like, oh God, like what was I saying? What was I doing? How's it going to all come together? And at one point I'm like, it's never going to see the light of day. And now it's actually a comfort video of mine where like, if I want a good laugh of one of my videos, I'll show people that one. I'm like, this video is just so much fun to watch because I know how much fun we were having in the moment.
Yes. One of my other favorite pieces of content I'm in is the camping video on Sam's channel. I don't know if you've seen that one, but like her and her friend Jaden, we went camping. It was so fun, but that's not on my channel, but this one's on my channel. So
yeah,
I'm happy about it.
I think I did see that one. You guys like getting all your supplies and stuff to stay out in the wilderness.
Oh my God. It was crazy. We have a lot of topics. I'm so excited to see how you deal with talking about pop culture stuff. If you're going to be your like, Hailey Reese, or if you're going to really go in.
I mean, I'm intending to really go in. I feel like it's not worth talking about if we're not going to really talk about it.
True. Do you want to pick the first topic? I mean, you could go in order, or you could pick the first one.
Let me see here.
Before we get into the topics and the juicy podcast episode, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. If you are listening on an audio platform, please. I'm going to take a pause so you're not just like on autopilot right now. Please leave it a 5-star review. It helps so much. It's just a click. It's just a tap of a finger. Okay? Just leave a 5-star review. Leave a comment down below. It could be anything. It could be Hailey Reese. It could be Andrew. It could be the word comment. And throughout the video, I'll make sure to remind you to leave comments on whatever we're talking about and turn on notifications so you know every time we post. But we've been doing good with the Monday posts, okay? So follow us on all of our social medias. We're taking calls at the end of this. And if you want to be involved in that and maybe call in, get some advice from us, you can do that on the Instagrams, okay? Everything's going to be in the links down below. I love you guys. And Hailey, first topic.
Okay, I have this thing that I do. It's a little bit mean. I'll watch, even in movies, I like to watch the background people because a lot of times they're doing the most hilarious things. Like they're
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
That is the editor, like the YouTuber in us, I think. Because I do the same thing, and Zach is like, why are you looking at that person in the background? Like, but you're so right. They do
I
the
always
most.
pay attention.
It's so cringy.
So I saw a video of, I don't know if it was like CSI. It was one of those like crime shows, and they were coming in and they discovered the body, and there was these witnesses, right? I wish I could find it. Andrew, if I could find it, you have to insert it. This man in the background deserves the biggest awards on the planet for his acting. He is shook in every scene, but so over the top. He's like, like I don't know who edited it and like didn't notice like, hey, this guy needs to tone it down just a little bit.
No, that reminds me. There's a famous, I mean, maybe it's not a famous, but there's like a meme that goes around of like this one extra in one of those shows.
Yeah.
And she is being so over the top. I think, oh my gosh, I feel like they're in church or something, or like at a funeral.
Yeah.
Something like that, where like they're sitting in rows.
It's so funny
And
to watch.
It's so over the top. I also, I mean, was it me? I was in CSI, no big deal.
Really? What did you do?
That.
But like, what did they cast you as? Like, you know how they'll say like,
Fat boy, I don't.
Andrew.
Probably.
So what did you have to do? You just had to act like over the top?
No, I was just like in the background. Oh, what did I do on CSI? I think I was just like, on CSI, I think I was just like on the sidewalk. But in like another movie, I was in a movie and I was featured in the movie. It was called Choke.
Okay. Actor.
I was like, I don't want to say a bully because the person I was bullying was the main character and he was like 30 and I was like 14, 13.
Oh
But
my God.
they gave me an outfit, like they dressed me up, they put like makeup on me and everything. And like he was in one of these things.
Yeah.
Like a guillotine type of thing without the blade, where they lock like their fists.
The wood? Like they're in the wood?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
I don't know what that's called.
I don't know what that's called either.
Basically, but it wasn't back in the day. Like he worked at a place that like reenacts that time. Yeah. Or something like that. I don't know. But basically, I was in they gave me like an outfit. I was in like a whole denim outfit. And I was torturing his asshole with the ferret while he was in that.
That's not real.
There's literal
Okay,
footage of it.
wait. And you said you were how old?
Like 13 or 14.
Okay, so you needed your parental consent, and your parents looked at this and was like, go off, son. This is the role for you.
Yes!
This is your big break, Andrew.
Yeah, literally, they signed it
No.
so hard that the pen broke. And it literally, the shot is from like in front of him, and
Yeah.
you just see me behind him like...
No. That's actually funny. I
Yeah.
feel like you need to find that. That needs to see the light of day.
I did a whole YouTube video on it in 2021. Like everything.
And you put the video in it?
Yeah.
Is
I
it
was also
privated now, or is it still public?
No, it's public.
Oh,
It's-
I'm gonna
it was
need
in
to watch
2021. And I also was in The English Teacher. I was in Damages. I was in a movie called Phoebe in Wonderland with Elle Fanning.
Oh my
I got
God.
lunch with her. Yeah, it was. I have
Look
lore.
at you. And then you looked at me weird yesterday when I was like, would you ever consider Broadway? You're like, me? Acting and singing? Not me.
Okay, but Broadway.
Come on, I could see it.
Hailey, Broadway, because I was an extra in a movie.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah, I kind of sound like Kris Jenner right now. Like your mom, and you're like,
Yeah.
you're doing great, sweetie. No, but you know what? I was the worst as doing like background work. I did background work on Kingdom, and it was a show with Nick Jonas, and I was just supposed to be like the party girl, like carrying the bottle around and like pouring people drinks. And so like one of the parts, I had to walk out of the house and like walk down the steps. And being the clumsy individual that I am, I fell off of the porch and ate shit. Like I literally fell on the ground, like embarrassing. Everyone's like coming. You know when like you fall
While
and
they
you're
were
still-
filming?
during the shot, Andrew. During the shot, and Nick Jonas is in the scene, fell off of the balcony. So it was like a front porch, but still, like I landed on the grass, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, like, are you okay?" And the director was like, "That was fantastic," because I guess I looked wasted. We're at a party, I fell off the balcony, and to this day, I don't know if it made the cut. I've never even looked for the episode, but I was
Hailey.
so mortified because I was that background person who's just like doing the most. Like, who needs to fall off the porch?
That is hilarious. I had no idea you did that. Okay, so one thing I never know if I made the cut is I was like returning extra because it was a classroom. So I was like
Yeah.
in the class. So they wanted me to do that on the English teacher, and I was going to have lines and stuff. But at the time, I was
Right.
in college, and I wound up like, I would have had to like drop out of college that semester, which is
Oh,
so
okay,
annoying.
yeah.
I wound up dropping out of college like
Anyway.
a year or two later for, yeah. So it's so annoying that I didn't. But I would have had to drop out of college, and I would have been like a returning person on the show.
That's so
Wound up
cool.
not doing that. But I was on a Cartoon Network show where I did a few episodes.
Okay, I love that. I don't know if you you had just said something. Oh, this is what I was going to say. I don't know if you were a big fan of Friends. I was a huge
Yeah.
fan of Friends. And I don't know if you know that Gunther, he wasn't even supposed to be there that day, like playing the barista guy. He was just an extra on set. And the person who was supposed to play that role at the coffee shop, he didn't show up or something had happened. And they were like, we need someone who can work an espresso machine. And he was the only extra that could work the espresso machine. And so he was like, I can do it. And he became like an episode favorite. And then they kept him.
The
As
way
the
I would have
person.
fucking lied if they said that, I would have MacGyvered that shit.
Right? You would have been like, I absolutely do. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
that
that's-
is so funny. And then I did one other one.
I never knew you did this many things in acting. I feel like I'm learning so much about you too.
I did so many. I did this one, and it was.
know.
I had to be. I was definitely in high school, so I was young. Keep in mind, I looked like I was 12 years old in high school.
Okay.
I was 5'1", like 702 pounds. It was crazy, and so
I would have
they
wanted to be
hired-
your friend.
They hired me. You're such a liar. They hired me in this scene. Didn't tell me what it was, right? So I show up. It's like 5 a.m. I don't know if that's how like yours was, but we always
Yeah,
had to
yeah.
show up at like 4 or 5 a.m.
And then wait around for hours.
Hours and hours.
They're like, bring
Yeah.
a book.
So I show up, and it was a gay prom scene. Keep in mind, I'm heavily in the closet, and I'm there with my dad.
Oh my God.
And so I go to the scene, and there's all like people like around my age, but they look 10 years older than me.
Yeah.
And they're in like, I mean, they had to be like, I guess 18 or whatever.
Yeah.
They're in like collars, and like
dog
there's
collars?
there's guys like walking other guys like on leashes.
Who was your agent?
One of those people who stop you in the mall and was like, "You look like a model."
You look like the guy who could have what was it, a gerbil?
Yes, literally. So I go, and I'm standing there at this gay prom. Keep in mind, I'm like heavily in the closet. There's people shirtless in collars. They told me to bring like prom attire, so I brought like I had my mom dress me. I was in like what you would wear
Yours
to like a
probably
wedding.
so proper and like, oh no, I can picture it. Were you preppy? Like, were you dressed really preppy?
Yes.
Oh, I can
Yes.
see it now.
I was dressed like in like funeral pants with like a belt with like my stomach hanging over it and like a collared shirt.
Oh.
Probably. It's something like that. And
Did you have
it was-
anxiety when you showed up and you were like, wait, I'm not dressed like everybody else?
No, because I didn't have anxiety until I met you. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm
It's
totally
not
kidding.
correlated.
It's not correlated. I didn't have anxiety until I was like 25. So, and I also did not care what people thought of me, what people thought of my body. Like all growing
I
up,
need
I
that
did not care.
energy.
But I was stressed about like being at a gay prom.
Okay, so I need to know, were you the type of person who, like, while you were in the closet, overcompensated? Like, did you like try to overcompensate and act like extra straight?
Yes, like my MySpace background was girls in bikinis.
See, that's so funny. My dad was the same way. He's told me like I tried to overcompensate so much. So I could just imagine you on this set trying to be like, were you supposed to be gay in the background?
It was a gay prom. I can't see like a straight person being at a gay prom. And also there was like people like making out, like falling over tables while they're making out. Like it was crazy. And then, no, yeah, like my screen name on AIM back then was like New York Baseball.
Oh my gosh.
1026. That was my screen name.
That's so funny. I you know what, I hear about that all the time. They always say like if the person's overcompensating and they're trying too hard to be like this macho, there may be something that they haven't come to terms with or haven't wanted to share yet.
I feel like my life would be so much, and I'm not like, I'm genuinely saying like I wish my life would be, my life would be so much more entertaining if I cared about like gossip that just any gossip. But like, I don't care about gossip where like I don't know the people.
Do you know what's funny? I honestly don't really care either. Like, especially with celebrity gossip, for me, it's like, oh wow, like they're humans. They have lives too. They have feuds. They have, you know, weak moments. Like, to me, I've never been, you know, those people. You know what? I saw Nikki and Gabby talking about, well, specifically Nikki, how her and her sister were like obsessed with celebrities. Like that was like their fixation. Every person they met, they'd have to like associate a celebrity with them. And I'm like, I was just never that person. Like I had people I liked, but I wasn't like a big super fan of people like that.
I was like that, but with people on the internet, not with celebrities.
Oh yeah. See, my problem was I just thought they were my friends. Like I genuinely thought Trisha was my friend. There was days where I'm like, oh yeah, my friend did this, and they're like, no, she's not your friend. And I'm like, okay.
The story of my life. Yeah, same. Oh my gosh, actually, I might be filming the next episode with Morgan Adams.
Are you kidding me?
You guys.
I
mean, maybe it won't be the next episode, but she did give me her number and I texted her about filming an episode together. So
I really hope so, because I can't even tell you. I'm going to have questions that I want you to ask. Like there's so many things that I want to know.
Because like I love her. Love her. But like she's not like, I never watched like everything she's posted, but I love her because like I started following her. I think from her following me. So like I love her like a friend. Like she seems so cool. Like I want to hang out with her. And I've watched after that. Like I watched a lot of her stuff, but like I haven't watched her. Like she's not like Tana to me, where I've watched every piece of. So I'm really excited to like film with her because I feel like it's going to be such a good conversation.
You know what's interesting too? You know how like in the recent years people have really changed their content into more like just being relatable, just putting on a camera and just being yourself and just talking. I feel like she was at the start of that change in YouTube content. Like going from such structured videos, like her videos were still very high quality, but just like so nonchalant in such a good way.
I guess that's what I mean. Like she just feels so real.
You feel like you're watching your friend, or like you're literally on FaceTime. And I love those types of people that are just like comfort people. Like they're funny, but like in a real way. I think you two would have such good conversations. So I really can't wait for that to happen.
I'm taking inquiries.
Inquiries.
Is that what I mean?
You're taking in I don't even know. Inquiries.
I guess, guys, if you have anything you want me to ask or talk about with Morgan, leave it in the comments down below, because I think I'm going to film with her soon. And she's going to be like my first official guest. Like obviously you and I like have been friends for years. So, but she's going to be my first like guest.
Do you feel a little nervous, or do you feel like you've done this so long now that you're just excited?
No, I still feel, I literally keep on saying like, guys, like this video to get this podcast off the ground. We're coming up on 2 years of this podcast.
Are you kidding me?
Isn't that
you've
crazy?
Been posting the whole 2 years. Like it's not like you just started it. You've been posting the whole time.
We took a break in December of 2023 for Vlogmas, and then like while Sam was like deciding if she wanted to leave, like we kept on not posting. But yeah,
that's amazing.
Other than that, consistently.
Oh, that's really good. I feel like this year it's going to be such a transformative time for the podcast, and just why are you laughing?
You have been saying that since 2017.
Do you know what though? Can I tell you the funny part is I do it to myself too.
I feel like this is our year.
Okay. Tell me if any of you guys can relate to this. It's a little bit embarrassing. I am like hopelessly optimistic. Like I truly believe I could be down for the count. Like there's nothing left of me. I'm simply just ahead on the counter and it's about to be my time. And
Hailey, you are to a fault, because you literally told me you were getting me a record deal at Universal Records.
No, I did not. I said that we would do our song and that I would introduce you to people and that I think you had the potential to. I never said I was 100%. People are going to think I was like, I have a contract for you.
Yeah.
But no, here's the thing. What he's talking about is I just like, I believe in my friends, and I even like believe in myself that I would be like, I can manifest a whole new body. Like it's so weird. My sister, okay, she was about to drive through a flash flood. Like I don't know where she was going, but she was going like, it was a cheap time of year. And I'm like, I wonder why, Julia, you're about to drive through like a natural disaster.
What do you mean a cheap time of year?
She was driving to go to some beach, and like it was like cheap time to get the Airbnb at this beach. Somewhere in the States. I can't remember where. Like, I want to say Myrtle Beach, but like, I highly doubt that's it. Like a beach like that. And she's like, it's so cheap now to go there. And I'm like, yeah, because it's like bad weather season. Like, what are you talking about? And I was thinking to myself, okay, what would I do if I was in a flash flood? Because hypochondriac, I need to know my way out of every situation. And I was talking about it with my cousin Sarah, and she's like, yes, Hailey, whatever you do, if you are on top of the roof of your car in a flash flood, do not just try to manifest your way out of it. She's like, you need to be proactive. She's like, don't just be like, oh, boat's going to come. I'm going to be fine.
One time I was complaining to you about my weight, and you like dead seriously told me, like, if I just imagine myself skinny, the next day I'll wake up skinny.
Hold on. I want to say he's lying, but that is 100% something that would come out of my mouth. But you want to hear an interesting fact, okay? For those of you who are going to think I'm woo-woo, is, okay, there were studies done, Andrew, where people literally healed their bodies and changed like things within their bodies simply because their mind believed it. So like for an example, there were 2 separate groups of people, and they told the one group of people, you're going to lose so much weight doing this job that you're going to do.
Yeah.
And they told the other people nothing. And the losing weight group lost weight. So when I'm hearing about studies like that, because the other people didn't lose any weight, I'm like, it really is a mental thing. Like how we talk to ourselves matters.
Yeah, no, I will say you're 100, like, I love that you're encouraging that way, because I am so not a manifester.
Yeah.
I wish I was. Like, I try to, but like, I can't get myself to be like, no, you're going to be successful.
But do you want to know what it is?
I'm like, you're a failure. Like,
Here's the thing, because people will say like, oh, like if manifestation was so easy, if it's that easy, we would all do it. Exactly. It's not that easy, because in order to actually do it, you have to believe it. And if you don't genuinely believe it, it's not going to manifest.
sorry, a helicopter literally just flew past my like so close to my apartment. I like made eye contact with the pilot.
Is that
like,
normal?
That was crazy.
Do they do that?
There's a hospital where like they land some, but like
that would have scared
so
me
close.
so badly. I can't even tell you.
I literally saw like the pilot. I'm not even kidding.
He's like waving at you.
Crazy.
He's actually taking someone on like a celebrity tour. This is Andrew TMI's house. And in here we have an Andrew.
Funny.
But no, like you have to believe it, right? So it's like if you don't believe it, it's not going to happen. But I just believe that like you can change things with your mind, and that we're just much more powerful beings than we think we are. But that is true. I definitely did tell him, think yourself skinny.
You verbatim told me I'll wake up the next day skinny,
Okay, but you know what? With that being said, I looked the worst in my life when I was in my worst headspace. So when I was like, girl,
Yeah,
you got to get it
course.
together. Life is going by.
Of course, and everyone. This is gonna be so bad. Maybe I shouldn't
Say it.
It's real, but this is everyone's different. But everyone is always like, no, like
I wonder.
when I was like the most in shape, or when I was like the most in shape, or the skinniest, or whatever. Like I was like at an all-time low mentally.
Not you.
Not me.
No.
I was my happiness.
I think it depends on the person.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because some people, when they're stressed, they don't eat. I'm the opposite. I eat when I'm stressed. So when you see me overweight, like usually not thriving.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's I'm going to like pay attention. Like, how are we feeling today, Andrew? But no, it's true. Like, everyone's different with it. I did get a comment on YouTube the other day that was on my video from the past where I was just like talking about weight and how, you know, we all fluctuate in life. And I think that we should give each other grace, blah, blah, blah. It was a really positive video. And someone commented, bless their hearts. And at first I thought it was going to be nice. They were like, don't worry, Hailey, you're always beautiful to me. You look great with a fat, thick neck. And I'm not kidding you. I reread it like 3 times and I'm like, does he mean a double chin, or did my neck, like I was never insecure about my neck. Like my chin maybe, but my neck. And I'm like, you're telling me I'm so beautiful, but you love my fat, thick neck?
I always laugh at the ones where they're like, you're fat, you're disgusting, like you bite your nails, like you're
But I love you.
double chin, blah, blah, blah. Because like, what? No, those, whatever. But the ones where like, I love you, like this is my favorite podcast, you're my favorite influencer, and like, don't worry, I gained weight too. Or like something
Like so
that.
condescending. Oh my God. Do you know what someone commented on my video? Andrew, somebody commented on my video talking about how like my dad had cancer, like all these things that I was going through and why I wasn't myself. And she comments, I am so glad I clicked this video. I was so jealous of Hailey forever, but now I feel so good about myself that her life is shit too. And I'm like, what a
Damn.
rude thing to say. But the best of all, go ahead.
No, you can.
But the best of all, Andrew, okay, is the other day I'm at my mom's house, all right? And I had to do something for one of the little kids. For those of you who don't know, my mom has foster kids in the house. And I go to do something on the computer and I notice like all of these like screenshots. And then I notice next to them like this file. And then I start seeing my name. And my nosy self is like, what is this? So I open it up, okay? And it's these horrible things written about me. Like terrible things someone's going to do, all this awful stuff. And it's on my mom's computer. So immediately I'm like, am I in a horror movie? Like, is my mother conspiring?
It's terrible stuff they're going to do to you?
Yeah, like, I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to break down your door and I'm going to make sure you never speak on YouTube again because I'm going to do like, horrible things, okay? Nobody can stand you.
Okay, your mom, like, manages your social media. I feel like they should know that.
No, but... Yeah. I'm like, is my mom conspiring against me? Why does she have this on the computer? So I'm like, Mom, what is this? Oh my goodness, Hailey, I'm creating a file on this person because if you ever go missing, I know it's them. And I'm going to go like all taken on you. And I'm going to make sure I find you. Like, you know the movie Taken? Yeah. I'm collecting evidence. This person was emailing my management account these horrible things. Like if you post one more video and like the worst part is it's written like a 10-year-old kid. Like it's truly not, I don't believe it. It's someone truly so angry at hearing my voice. Like I wanted to email them back and be like, you do know you don't have to click on my face, right?
Don't you also have a secret admirer from jail?
I do. I actually got a few emails. Okay. I had a P.O. box, right? And my grandmother, bless her soul, used to read through like all my stuff. She used to love it. And the one day she was so terrified, she showed up at my door and she was like, this jail one has gone too far. Because I had a few of them who would watch me.
It's sad because like, you know, he got like 10 minutes of his iPad 3 time because of his good behavior.
I didn't even know at the time that they had YouTube privileges. Like I was like, there's no way. But he was referencing in his letter and it came from the jail. So like I knew he was really there. And so, like, some of them were very, very sweet. And I was so honored that, like, they would use their activity. Okay, first of all, I'm not going to be on that show, like, where you're dating a felon, like, Life After Lockup or whatever. Oh, no, that's Gypsy Rose. Anyways, I'm not going to be on, like, a show dating those people. But I literally, like, some of them were very sweet, okay? Maybe they had a tough hand in life. But there was one. And he, like, sent me this. And it was so scary. He was, like, proposing to me. And then, like, he put, like, his blood on the letter as like a showing how much he cares and like he's devoted. And then the worst part was at the bottom he's like, I get out on this date. And I was like, where do you live and what did you do? And like I don't even know what he did, and I don't even know if he ever wrote again because my mom and grandma used to like filter through what they would give me. But it was really, really freaky.
Did you write him back?
Andrew, what you think I sent my blood back to him and we're blood like
I don't know, blood siblings.
That's what I was gonna say, but like he was proposing, so
you guys are soul siblings.
Oh my god, could you imagine? But like it is a little weird though to imagine like the types of people that could be watching our videos. Like think about it, really, and think about the way that we said earlier. Like we think we know these people. Like think about how many people think they know us.
I've never talked about it because like I don't even want to like I don't want to use it for content. I don't want to use any.
Yeah.
But I have something like very scary that like for a couple of years now that
like a stalker.
Like not even gonna speak on it, but.
Ugh, I hate the ones that are so scary. Like talking them. Yeah.
Every single day there's stuff.
You should start reporting that.
Oh, there's.
But the problem is with like any stalking thing, because I've looked into the statistics of it all. It's so terrifying how far it has to go for it to be taken serious. Like I try not to
because like my parents are like they do more than I do because like they're like extremely worried about it, and I'm like what.
Yeah, but whatever. You come from a family of law enforcement, so it's like as if.
But it's like
scary.
I don't even talk about like.
Yeah,
I don't talk about it on here, but I'll show you after. It's interesting.
Oh yeah, there's scary people out there. It was my dad's the other day. We're on the phone talking about things. My dad like found himself on one side of TikTok, and he's like, "I've been sharing my opinion." I don't even know what it was. Like it's a very niche thing. And my other dad's like, "Be careful. There are crazy people out there. They're gonna find where we live." I'm like,
this person for maybe 4 or 5 years now. talks as if we're in a relationship.
Yeah, that's
Like,
crazy.
As much as if we were in a
That's really
relationship,
scary.
and speaks as if we're in a relationship.
That
And
type
I've
of
never-
delirium and like delusion is so dangerous. I heard about something absolutely horrible that happened years ago with, okay, maybe I shouldn't say. I don't want to scare you. I'm not going to say.
I won't get scared.
I don't
know
want
me,
you
I
to
don't-
have nightmares tonight. Okay, no, so like this couple, don't quote me on like the specifics of it, but there was a couple that I think they were gamers. And someone broke into their house, and luckily nothing happened because the police got there in time, like record time. But he was in love with the girl, and he believed in his head that if he, you know, her partner, then she would suddenly realize that she's in love with him. Like that's what he believed.
Oh yeah.
Like he
See,
believed.
that's a difference. I think maybe people are scared to say this. I am not. If anyone ever breaks into my house, it's bra-ta-ta-ta on the spot. Like you're getting. I'm so sorry, but if you're coming after me in my house, no, you're not.
Okay.
You're not anymore.
So
I'm so sorry.
there's all these new things coming to light of like ways that people are kidnapping people and stuff. And I try to have my wits about me, right? But I just like to go through life. Sometimes I skip my jolly way through life thinking the world is sunshine and rainbows. Yeah. I think my toxic trait, I fear my toxic trait, is that I believe if I was kidnapped, I could convince him that we're friends or that I really like him and convince him to like me back and that my life is worth sparing. And then he'll think that we're buddy or we're in love. And then I'll pull a fast one on him. And then I'll get free.
You are the goddess of pick me.
I swear to God. You know,
You
that
have
is so
pick-me-itis.
pick me. That's so pick me.
Pick-me-itis.
I think I just have survival instincts. I'd be like, wow, this place is really spacious. Like, you really.
No, it's so funny because so am I. Like, Wait, this is so funny, Hailey. I'm so happy you brought that up because I actually feel the same exact way.
Like, you would do the same thing.
Like, first of all, everyone always told me that I would be so annoying that the person would drop me on the side of the road.
Same.
But I genuinely feel the same exact way as you, where I feel like I could be like, I'll help you. Like, let's kidnap someone else.
No, that's
like,
what I'm saying. I think I would do the same thing. And like, I wouldn't be
Right?
proud of it, but I think I'd be like, oh, like you don't have to do this, but like if you want to, I could help you. Like, and then like convince him to go to
four
In-N-Out.
hands are better than two.
Yeah, and then be like, you can trust me. We'll just get some meal quick, and then I'd find a way to get away. And like people have done it, but like that's just like. But I fear I also have a feeling in my gut that should I come face to face with a dangerous wild animal, I could telepathically convince them I'm good and they wouldn't eat me. So there has to be a level of.
It's not like I think I'm strong or whatever, but I think it's my brain doing the work for me. I genuinely think like if a bear like tackled me, I could like hold it off with my forearm. Mm-hmm. Not that I think I'm strong, but like my brain doesn't allow me to think I would actually be mauled.
The problem is you would have to make sure that you had your contacts in or you wouldn't see it quick enough to react because they're freaking fast. Like they come out of nowhere. Like I'm not even trying to be smart. Like they come out of nowhere and especially if they're mamas, they just
No, they run like 35. I've gone on a whole bear segment on this podcast. Like
really?
My only reoccurring dream I've ever had is that
bears.
I'm at the bottom of a canyon and bears are like running over and just running down at me and then I wake up before they get to me. But I genuinely think like my dumb ass would be the one who like runs in zigzags away from them.
Try to like
that's for like alligators.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do. Like I would like to think in survival situations I would have it together. I just watched this show called Outlast. Have you seen it?
No.
It's so good. It's like reality TV for people living out in the wilderness. So you have to outlast each other, but the only rule is you have to win as a team, at least of two people. And there's like $1 million on the line. And however many people
and they split the money.
Yes. But it gets like dirty. Like they get...
Okay, so I've been obsessed with Survivor lately. I've never watched Survivor, but I've been obsessed with it. And that came on like right after the Survivor episode ended. And I think they had to climb a mountain. And I got so annoyed because like this person who just like, they shouldn't be climbing a mountain. Like, because they didn't even get to the mountain and they already like hyperventilated and like dropped and like made the rest of the team lose the money. Yeah, with your half a lung.
Yeah, that would be me.
But like, why are you going on the show and putting these other people's money on the line if you know you have half a lung?
Okay, you know what? this is me showing my true self of my opinions on things and things that make me just, I shouldn't be mad about them, but they irk me. Same thing with Outlast. Okay, I understand. But at the end, they do a challenge. Okay, like the whole team, like you said, has to climb these like mountains. But they're casting people with disabilities. Like the guy needed a knee replacement and he had like a knee brace on his knee. And I'm like, why are you making the final challenge where they have to climb a mountain and race the other team? That is so unfair to him. And like, he didn't know that, and it's not his fault. And he did fantastic, thank God. But like, I just was thinking to myself, like, why are you casting these people who cannot climb these treacherous mountains quickly? And that's what they have to do.
That would really be testing me. I remember when I used to be in fat camp. Like, I was fat, but I was always so competitive. And like, I was not athletic, but I was more athletic for like a fat person. Like in gym, if we like, I wasn't sitting on the sidelines. I was like trying. Like if we were playing dodgeball, I was like.
I don't think your weight has to do with athleticism.
So right. So if they in fat camp, I was always like, if we were split into teams, I was like really competitive and like I wanted to win. And if like my teammates weren't like, no pun intended, if they weren't pulling their weight, I would be like, you suck, like you suck. And then I would, I was like 10, 11. So I would always have to sit out and like in timeout on like the steps.
You were that kid.
And so
Andrew, take a moment.
That show would literally be testing me because like, if people like weren't, I would be like, why the fuck did you come on the show with a knee replacement?
No, I know. And like when there's money on the line, like it's stressful. Like even in the girl in the team, she'd done amazing, but like she was so frail and like her endurance, like she had an 8 and they had to go on this run up the mountain. And the poor girl, like I felt so bad. She bawled her eyes out when she lost it for the team. And I just felt so bad for her because that would be me. Like I would do so well, I believe, in the survival aspect of it. But like when it comes to the fact of like having to run up a mountain,
you'd be like, guys, let's all sit down and hold hands and manifest that we're at the top of the mountain.
We are going to win this one way or another.
We're going to win this.
I really do. Like, I would like to think that if I was put in a survival situation, that I would be better off than I think I would be. You don't have any faith, huh?
No.
I don't know. I mean,
the thing about a bear is bears can climb, they can run fast, they swim. Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen them like touch a car window and the window shatters?
No.
Like it looks like they're just touching it because like their weight and strength is so crazy that literally it looks like they're just like touching the window and it shatters.
No, but you know what? I watched this documentary on this guy. I don't know if he was called Bear Man, but that's what I'm going to call him. I'm going to do a video on him eventually because he fascinates me. But he became obsessed with, I believe it was grizzly bears. And he would go take a helicopter into their like habitat and like purposely set up his tent right in the middle of where they would walk to like, gain weight for the winter. And he thought he was best friends with them, Andrew. He would go swim with them. He'd be like in the water and he filmed it, everything.
He got mauled. Didn't he get mauled?
Yeah, in the end, he ended up getting mauled because he got too comfortable. He started thinking like he was part of the bear group. Like he thought he was one of them. And they told him like there was a specific type of bear that like you just don't mess with. They're like, I don't know if it's like an alpha bear, but you get the point. Like
Kodiak.
Something like that. And they were hungry and they were saying that the fish supply this particular year was low. And so he's real hungry. And the guy recorded like the audio and you can listen to it. It's so sad, of him being eaten by the bear. And his girlfriend was in the tent. And then the worst part is they went and killed the bear that they assumed was him. And I'm like, what did the bear do? What did the bear do?
That's what pisses me off.
Like you put yourself in the middle of the bear's turf when he's hungry. You've been warned. He stayed past when you're supposed to stay. He's pushing his luck. And then it's the bear's fault.
See, that's where like if someone breaks into my house and is going to kill me, I would literally be like, "Bra-ta-ta-ta." Like but if a bear was running at me, I would hesitate because like I love animals so much.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what I would do. That's why I don't place myself in scenarios where there's bears because I would not fare well.
Well, we have so many topics to get to.
Yeah. So what do you want to get to next?
Remy Cruz. Who's Remy Cruz?
She's best friends with Alicia Marie. Yeah.
That's Remy?
Mm-hmm. She does cooking videos. You've definitely
I know her.
seen her cooking.
I know.
She's like a YouTube icon.
No.
Pretty basic.
Hardcore. No, I know. Like I watched Pretty. I didn't realize her last name.
Mm-hmm. That's her.
I didn't realize that was her.
Mm-hmm. I think I know what you're going to talk about.
she posted the wrong link on her Instagram stories and accidentally revealed like the brief, I guess, and it revealed that she was paid $45,000 for 2 Instagram reels and 2 stories, and
people are outraged by it,
which is
okay.
So it's hard for me because obviously, like, I'm a fan of a lot of people, but I know what people are paid, and it's far more than that.
I'm so glad you said this. I didn't want to be the one to say it. Especially for who she is, I would have expected at least a 1 in front of that number. I definitely did not expect it to be that low. And I want to take a moment and say, I am well aware that that is someone's annual salary. That is a lot of money.
And we're not talking about our sponsorship.
No. But there are influencers that if you knew what they were paid for something of this, I think it would send you into cardiac arrest. Like, the amount of money.
I think people understand that influencers are rich, but I don't think they understand what we understand for thinking that that's like a low amount for 2 Instagram
And I will
reels.
tell you, as like someone who's had sponsors and whatever, I have heard what some people have got, and even I've been like, what?
Obviously, like, we're in our flop era right now, but like what's like, can you say the most you've ever been paid in like your prime?
I honestly don't even know. Like, I don't.
You don't have to.
Will you say?
Yeah.
How much have you?
20,000.
Yeah. I think that's pretty standard for when you're doing pretty well on YouTube. Like, at least if you're averaging like 100,000 views a video or things of that sort.
But guys, keep in mind, like, if I got 20,000, imagine what these other influencers are getting.
But that's
please.
what I'm trying to say. Like, hearing the amount. Like, did we say how much was revealed for her?
45,000 for 2
45,000.
reels.
See, I mean, okay. It's funny because you look at the 2 reels thing and you're like, okay, but that's nothing, right? Like, it's such a quick thing that you can do. But it's like, you have to look at the career she's built, the name she's built for herself. She is very brand friendly, which is another reason I would assume that she would make more money. But one of the things that I saw, and I want to hear your opinion on this, okay? As somebody who, you've worked a normal job, right? Like, you're not one of those influencers who's like, you just rise when you were young and you have no idea what it's like. I believe the sponsor was for Aerie, if I'm not mistaken. And there were a lot of people who were commenting saying like, and they can't even pay me more than they pay me. Like, I barely make any of that like in a year. And so a lot of people are trying to compare, like, it's wild that these companies have the budgets to like pay these influencers annual salaries and like their workers feel like they're allegedly not being paid enough. So what do you think about that? Like, do you think that's a fair thing to be upset about?
As the public being upset that people are paid that much?
Yeah. Like, do you think the outrage is warranted, or do you think that it's just like that people are a little bit bitter because that's not their experience?
I think it depends. Like, people compare things. So people compare it to like people who are starving, so I think it depends what you're comparing it to. Me, I'm very much like, I don't compare things. I think that's why, like, I'm not a jealous person. Like, I don't compare myself to others.
I'm the exact same.
So like, to me, it's like, I stay in my own lane. I'm like, I want to make that much one day. So like, what can I do?
I'm so
to make that
freaking
much?
glad you said that, Andrew. Okay, this is something I'm so passionate about. It's one of my biggest pet peeves when people are not like this. If they're not like this, I don't like them as much. I don't understand people who don't think that there's room for everyone to win on the planet. Like, there's room for everyone to win in one way or another. My journey may be a little bit different to yours, but there's always room for you to win in life. I think it comes from a lack mentality, because like you just said, you look at that and you're like, oh, I can't wait to be like pulling the views that I can like get this amount of money for a sponsor.
Yeah.
But you know deep down that like you have the capabilities of getting there. So you're not like, oh, like so bitter about it. I think it's hard for people who live in a state where they don't see that ever happening for them, or they don't see themselves ever seeing that kind of money. And so it's kind of inevitable for you to be like, why does God choose favorites? You know, like why could she have such an easy job and I go work at the factory and I work really hard labor and I'm barely bringing that home, you know, in whatever amount of time.
Yeah. And like, it's not like I say, like, the most I ever got was 20,000. It was actually 18,000. I just round up because, like, whatever. But it was 18,000, and that was the most I ever got by far. My second most was 10,000. And my average at the time was like a lot lower than 10,000, well, you know, a lot lower than 10,000. So like, and then since then, I've struggled for money. I've done really well with money. I've struggled for money. I've done really well. So it's not like I'm like some rich person, you know, I'm still making my way. But so it's not, I don't want people to think I have a skewed vision. Cause like,
Yeah.
even sometimes, like at certain points in the past year, I've been like,
Yeah.
oh shit, I need to pay rent this month. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I borderline don't have an, you know, circling back to Remy and Alicia, they're very like open about like stuff like that now. So I wonder how I haven't seen her reaction to it.
I haven't seen a reaction either, but honestly, I can't imagine that she would be too worried about it. I feel like that's something that if you asked her on like pretty basic, she'd be like, yeah, this amount. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
think
if
it's just more so
I mean,
a little
it's
bit
definitely
awkward.
embarrassing.
Yeah, it's a little awkward.
For me right now, if I did that, it would be embarrassing for how low it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like when like things are posted that like I wasn't okay. There was one time you scared me so badly, Andrew. I don't even think you know. I was in the shower and I took a picture. What the hell was I taking a picture of in the shower to post on my story? I think it was that my dog was in it with me. It was like my dog. And you
I'm
were
such
like,
a menace.
You were like, Hailey. And he said it so real, guys. It was like all capital letters. He's like, Hailey, I can see your full like girly part. He's like, I see you fully naked in the reflection. And I saw my phone dinging because he was pretending it was real. Like, so I'm in the shower. Okay, I posted it. And then, like, obviously I don't shower with my cell phone. So I put my cell phone out. And I'm, like, looking down at my dog. And I see it, like, flashing. I'm like, this must be an emergency. I open it. I'm like, it is a fucking emergency. I deleted that story so quick. I can't even tell you. I was shaking. Andrew, I deleted it so quick.
Why do I do that?
I don't know, but I deleted it so quick that I didn't even check to see like what all you could see. I just trusted you and I deleted it. And it was such a cute story that I didn't save. And then you texted me, I'm so sorry. There was nothing there. And I'm like, Andrew, I was literally shaking like a leaf. I'm like, I just exposed my whole body.
One time Sam posted a YouTube video where she was like either changing or showering and she blurred out her titties. And I guess Final Cut Pro like glitched and like moved the blur.
Shut up.
So she uploaded the video. She uploaded the video to YouTube and her literal
her.
whole titty and nipple is hanging out of the bottom of the blur.
I love her so much. Oh my God.
So funny.
See, I think about that stuff quite often. Like what you can see in the background. Like I'm very like conscious of that. But like, I mean, I don't think I'd be a little like, oh, that's weird that people saw that. But like, I mean, it's just a boob. But like,
yeah.
Poor thing.
I would die. I would pass away. I would literally die. That's why I've never like, I filmed one time where I was showering and like I was so careful about it, but I would literally die. I would pass away.
Yeah. I mean, I really give props to the people who are just like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's totally fine. But I'm the same way. Like, I say that I'd be like, it's just a boob. But deep down, I'd be like, who else saw it? Like, I'm so embarrassed. I don't know.
I would think of people screenshotting it and sending it to other people I know.
I know.
Like,
do you know what's
people
funny?
I used to work with at Chili's.
When I was younger and I was like feeling myself, anytime I would take a picture, like if I was going to like send it to Tyler, I would always, this is so unhealthy. Oh my God, this is going to sound so egotistical too. I would look at the picture from the eyes of an outsider. Heaven forbid heaven forbid my iCloud got hacked. Because like back then, especially, it was when like all the celebrities' iClouds got hacked. I don't even use iCloud because that traumatized me so much. But I would look at it and be like, what would I say about this if I saw it? And I'd be like, I would say she looks pretty damn good.
Would I be proud of it?
No, or would they make fun of it? Like, I'm like, would this be cringy and like embarrassing? Or would they be like, damn, I didn't know Hailey like had it like that. And I'm like, I would never send him anything that I wouldn't be like, yeah, damn, I look pretty good
proud.
in that.
Yeah.
Because if not, like, come on, like imagine you take the most embarrassing photo and then it just gets out. And how do you explain yourself then, right?
Yeah.
Although, like, honestly, if my iCloud got hacked, I would have a lot bigger problems than that. It'd be like all the things I've screenshotted. Like,
done. I would be done.
Which, speaking of, I don't know if this is real or not, but I've been seeing a lot about it, and other people, thank goodness, are just as concerned as I am. But apparently, the new Instagram update like shows you who's creeping your profile and like who you should like and block because they stalk you so much. Is that real?
TikTok does that. I know TikTok actually does it, like 100%.
But isn't that if you have only if you have it turned on?
No, it's for people who don't have like as many followers. So I know a lot of people like.
So people that I creep, they can see it's me?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
So And that's like known, like that's, but I don't, he's been saying that on Instagram for forever. I really hope not, because I fear I screenshot everyone's Instagram story.
Okay, I screenshot absolutely everything as well. And sometimes it's to like send to someone. I'm human. But other times it's like, I like this girl's outfit. I want to replicate it and I'm screenshotting it. And then it's like, what if she thinks I'm a hater and I'm sending it in a group chat about her? Like, I fear that would be
I would never ever see like on Snapchat, if someone screenshots my story, I'm not like, oh, my fans. I'm definitely like, this person's making fun of it.
I've done that before by accident, not the stories, but I've screenshotted like a chat in Snapchat without even thinking. It was a night out and I'm like, oh, I need to show people this without even thinking. And it was like, Hailey Reese just took a screenshot of this. And I honest to God, I don't think stress sweat has ever came on.
You're so low-key messy. It's so funny.
Yeah. It's like, you know what it is? I really am like that girl next door who like just tries to go through life like unnoticed, but without realizing like I've built a platform. So like low key, like you really just can't be out here screenshotting
like,
things.
You're
and,
low
like,
key messy.
Using your actual Hailey Reese
so
TikTok. Like you just made me realize that I use my legit TikTok to like look at people.
Yeah.
And you want to know what's even worse? My best friend and I one time, there was a guy she was seeing, and you know how girls are. We wanted to see the girl that he was like liking over her. Like we wanted to be like, who is this girl? Like, who is she? And I'm a little worried that we looked through her profile multiple times from my account.
So that's the difference between me and a lot of people is like, I still do, like, I don't care if they know I look.
I don't think there's very few people that I genuinely care, because isn't the point of social media to like creep people? Like what am I doing on there if I'm not stalking what you ate for breakfast? I mean, if you don't want me to creep you, I suggest just block me. I don't have the energy to make a fake account to creep you on a new one.
That's true.
But I do want to clarify, like, I don't do it in a malicious way. Like, I genuinely want to know the tea. I want to see what's going on, but it's not like I'm going into it trying to be like a mean girl and like trying to, I don't know, like find something where there's nothing. But I do know there's plenty of that in the world. Unfortunately, I have experienced my fair share.
That's the thing. Like,
were you bullied? Were you bullied in school?
Was I bullied?
I can't remember if it was bad or if it was just typical.
It wasn't
teasing.
bullied where I was like one of the kids that like, was like rah at people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't one of those, but like,
no, I wonder where they are nowadays.
Probably way more successful than I, but it wasn't like, I wasn't one of those, but like it was definitely, you know, I was very overweight, very short, very closeted gay. And because I was in the closet, I was very embarrassed of how tight my jeans were on my thighs all the time. And when I would sit down, it looked like I had a pussy.
That's sad though.
Because like my...
No, Andrew. That makes me feel sad for you.
So I would sit down and I would always, even in the summer, like in June, I would always bring a sweatshirt with me to school and I would always put it over my lap because I was embarrassed of my minacy. So...
Is that why you always put pillows on your lap too? Is it like a thing that you've just continued to do?
I guess, Hailey. You're low-key messy.
Do we need to work through the trauma?
Yes. Anyway, so like it was like things where like people would like try to rip the sweatshirt off of and it wasn't like my friends. It was like the popular kids. Like it was like things like that. But then like, you know, the bell would ring or we would go in the hallway and I would like smash them into a locker. Like it wasn't like I
love that for you. I mean, not that I'm condoning, but
I always had this attitude. Like I always stuck up for myself. And that's why
I love that. I never did. And like I'm starting to now, like a little bit. But like when I was in elementary school, okay. So when I watched your last episode with you and Jenna, and you were talking about how you wanted to bring forth like people talking about the things that they're insecure about that are actually like their beautiful flaws. One thing that I hated about myself, you guys, like I would cry to no end. And you're going to think it's so stupid, Andrew. In grade 6, 7, and 8, I was constantly called fish because my eyes were so bulgy. And they would bulge out of my head. And they would go, fish you. And they would like push their eyeballs out. And I would try to push my eyeballs back into my eye, which can't be healthy. Like I'd be there like, because I was so embarrassed that like my eyes were so big. And years later, that was what so many people were like, oh, that's like your nicest feature. But I was so embarrassed. And then I got made fun of for being like flat chested. And I was a late bloomer, like didn't hit puberty till like almost high school. So then I thought it was smart to stuff my bra with socks. Yes, to those bullies back in the day, it was real. I did do it. I denied that for a while. But I would stuff my bra with socks, and then I didn't realize I had done it on a day that was gym day. And you have to like change in front of the girls, and they all knew, and they wanted me to like admit it. And they were like, you have to change, Hailey. You can't go to the bathroom before time. Like they were like cornering me. And I had to like try to hide. I don't even know if they saw it. It was so embarrassing. And then I got made fun of for that. But in real high school, I was so bullied. I had to be pulled out of high school and everything.
Damn.
Which was good because I moved to New York. Like I couldn't have done it both anyway. But like we were like, yeah, high school isn't working either way. I went online and then I moved to New York. But like it was so bad, Andrew, that kids dressed up for me. Kids, they were in high school, dressed up as me for Halloween to make fun of me.
What did they dress up as?
So I had really, you're like, I want to see the picture. I had done a music video where like we wore like this school girl outfit, like not in like I was supposed to be actually in school. And it was very Britney Spears with like the hair and whatnot. And they did exactly that. But then they were walking around like, I'm Hailey and I want to be famous. And like, it was just so bad. And I cried about that too. And like, I was so bullied. People were like, I'd rather pour acid in my ears than hear her sing. And like, there were so many mean girls. And then years later,
they're like, oh my God.
I see them on
DMing
social
you.
media. No, they're trying to be singers. And I'm like, oh, isn't that ironic? The thing that you made fun of me for, now you're like out here trying to be the next, I don't know who.
Of course. That's always how it goes. But that's literally, I was always in trouble because I always stood up for myself. So I was always in fights with people, the teachers, student. I was always.
Yeah. See, and here's the thing. I don't condone violence. Like, I'm really not a violent person. But with that being said, when I have children, I am telling you right now, I will tell my children, don't pick fights. Don't start them. But if somebody is going to like continuously come at you, it gets to a point, stand up for yourself. And like in whatever way you have to. Like, I never want my child to be someone's punching bag. I would love for there to be other solutions. But if they're out there and they're about to be jumped, fight back. Like, I want you.
100%. I'm not for, like, I'll see, like, grown people fighting, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Ew.
However, I was always taught, like, if someone hit me first, like, and that's always, like, I will never be the person in public, like, where if someone punches me, I'm like, get them off me. Like, no, you're going to have to pull me off of them, unfortunately.
I think I really believe I would cry. And I'd be like, why did you do that? I'd be like, what did I do to you? I almost got punched once. I'm sure multiple times, but there was one time I had moved to live with my dad for a little bit, and he lived in the middle of nowhere. Like, we're talking like it's all farms. Like it's just a very different way of life. And I came from the city with these big, atrocious fake eyelashes. And I say atrocious because they looked like spiders on me. What was I thinking? And I walk into the school and they sat me next to this guy, and the girl was not happy and she was going to punch me. And I guess I looked so pathetic. She was like, I don't even want to punch you. Like, we're not even worth it. Like, how pathetic do you have to be that I'm like, please don't, I don't want him. And she's just like, okay, like, you're making me feel kind of bad to hit you. I was like, I'll just stay out of your way.
Oh, okay. So I'm smart. Like, if there's like, I'm not going to like try to get into a fight with someone who looks like they're going to like beat my ass. And I would never, I'm very, very nice. Like, I would say I'm a very nice person, but I do stand up for myself. So if someone does that to me, I mean, if it's a huge person who looks like they're going to beat my ass, I'll get on all fours. Like, and I'm so sorry. Like, but like, if I feel like I could
beat it small fry.
Exactly. If I could hold my own, I'm going to stand up for myself, but I'm not going to be dumb.
Yeah.
I'm a coward.
I've been trying to stand up for myself more, but you know what? I'd rather be a coward than the freaking Goliath going around. I don't know.
Yeah.
Trying to take everyone down.
Okay.
But here's the thing. For anyone who's been bullied or is going through bullying, it happens to everyone. I think it builds character, unfortunately. I think it makes you a better person long term.
Oh my God, 100%. 1,000%.
Because you start to be like, you know what? If I don't know you and you don't know me, I do not care what you think about me. As I cry over like comments on the internet.
I really wish I could just shake that out of you.
I know. If you can give me any suggestions on that, I will take them.
I can't. Like, I fear you're just always going to care what people think of you. Which is very normal. Wait, which is very normal. I feel like
what?
I'm different because I just genuinely don't care.
So I truly wholeheartedly believe that that's actually one of my purposes in this lifetime, is to get over letting other people hold me back, letting other people's words like deter me, letting fear of like, I don't know. Like, I think, we talked about this before, you and I, but I genuinely think I fear massive success. Like, the idea of having like tens of millions of subscribers and like eyes on you judging you is very terrifying to me.
I could be all talk because I've never had like that level. Like if I had like a Brooke Schofield cancellation where like the entire internet is, I don't know how I would handle that. I would like to think that, I've gone through 30 plus years of my life with my family, 9 years with my boyfriend. I have best friends for 20 years. Like, I'd like to think I'd be fine. I'd just put my phone down. Who knows, really? Who knows? I
don't think anyone knows until they're in the situation, right? Like, no one knows how you'll handle something.
You got pretty canceled. It was a big thing that you faked a video back in the day of you went somewhere, like you were exploring some haunted place and you got a scar on your stomach.
You guys. So first of all, like, doing the content that I do, I'm no stranger to somebody saying like, oh, her videos are fake, right? Like, obviously, when you're talking about paranormal, there's people who are going to believe it's fake, and that's totally their experience. And if that's what they believe, I'm not ever here to like make someone change their beliefs. With that said, I have never been so blatantly called out for something that I did not do in my entire life. And like, okay.
Actually, like other influencers, like blue check marks, were coming at you.
Coming at me, unfollowing me, slandering me, making videos about me, people that I considered friends. Like, obviously not best friends.
This was before touch grass was a saying. Like,
100%.
all these people like, needed to touch grass.
They also just, okay. So
I came at a lot of them for you.
One thing I'll say about Andrew, you've always had my back. That is, you've went to battle for me. I remember there was a group of girls that were YouTubers as well. Oh. Who were on like Instagram Live together, and they were like talking so much about me, and Andrew like joined. And I'm that's a real one.
I'm not afraid. Like I said, I stand up for myself. You're not afraid,
and I needed it. I
stand up for myself,
needed
and
that.
I'll always stand up for my family and friends. Always.
I appreciate it more than you'll ever know. And you know what's funny though? I can't stand up for myself, but I can stand up for other people in a heartbeat. Yeah. But I had went to film with some really awesome people, and it was my first time going to like a completely abandoned, like, Andrew, you would have been terrified if you haven't watched the video. Like, I don't think you understand, so abandoned that you're wondering if like wildlife is living in there or if there's squatter. Like, it's terrifying. And the only light we had was our flashlights. We separated, all was going well. Crazy things happen. I've talked about it before. All I remember is I ran, I got separated from them, and somewhere in the midst of me being in that building and getting to that vehicle, okay, my hand on everything I care about, you guys, like everything I care about. I'm walking towards the car and I'm feeling stinging. I was in a leather jacket and a t-shirt. And I start feeling stinging, and I lift up my shirt, and I am literally this far from being gutted. Like, I'm talking like gutted, right, Andrew, like hospital, right, like my guts would have been coming out. Like,
I remember you either FaceTimed me or you sent me a picture right away, like, while you were in the car. Like, right
I looked down. It was so bad, and this is going to sound very superficial, but I had my very first cruise that I was leaving for the next day. A Mexican princess cruise with my dads and Tyler. I couldn't be more excited. And now I have 3 gashes down my stomach that I have no idea where, from being in that haunted place to running out, it got me. No idea where.
It's not like you were like climbing fences or anything, right?
Well, we were climbing everything. We were running, we were climbing everything.
But you would have felt that. It was so bad.
This is the point, is my adrenaline was going, don't get me wrong, but like, I would have imagined that I would have felt that. And not just that, my shirt wasn't ripped.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I had my t-shirt tucked into my pants and my leather jacket on. So I never once said that it was a demon for 100%, that it was a ghost 100%. Like, I never once stated, like, I got attacked by a demon. All I said was we went to a place that people have been scratched at before, and this happened to me. Whether it was I cut it on something running out, whatever it could have been, I'm not discrediting that. But regardless, that was my terrifying, unfortunate situation of exploring this haunted, abandoned place. So I made a video. I think I privated it now because people were so upset by it. And
Yeah.
I was a little bit like dramatic in it. Like, but not dramatic like trying to be. Like, I was so dramatic about what happened. Like, and I was like, be very careful when you go to these places. I never thought this would happen to me, and it did. And so I posted the video, and my God, I have never had a response like that in my life. There were people who were nice, but Andrew, there were people who accused me of hiring a special effects artist to like do this. Okay, granted, I will say this. It was right before Halloween. So the timing was unfortunate. Like, it really did seem.
You were the original Scar Girl. Did you see Scar Girl on TikTok?
No. Wait, was that the one? I kept seeing people when TikTok was being banned. They were like, I just need Scar Girl to say something.
Yeah, so back maybe like 2 years ago, she was viral on TikTok. She had a scar on her face. She was beautiful, but she had a scar on her face, and everyone said it was fake. Still don't know if it was or not. But like it would like change shape. It would be like different colors. But like,
oh my God.
no, but she still till this day says it's real, and like
Hasn't said.
Yeah.
Probably is. And like everyone was like, okay, this is a Halloween bit. Like, look at you, Hailey, whatever. And they were mad. There were people who said that I really, like, I don't even know how they worded it, but they were basically saying, like, I tarnished the paranormal community by, like, taking it this far and faking it. And, like, by doing this. I'm not kidding you. Like, I thought I had to go to the hospital. Like, it was so bad, and I didn't know what to do. So then I'm on the cruise, and I make a post being like, just me here in the pool with my special effects, like, poking fun. And people really believed it, and they were like, see, like, I told you. And I'm like, I'm making fun of it. Like, it's not special effects. I went my whole cruise with it and whatnot. And it was funny because recently I ran into my friends when I went to an event, and they were vlogging, and they're like, can we see your stomach? And it is still scarred. I still have 3 scars. In fact, the other day I was wearing a crop top. My mom's like, I can't believe people thought those were fake. It's been like 6 years, 5 years, and you still have the scars. But like, I understand it comes with the territory. I think I was so mad, Andrew, because I was really, really pissed off about these cuts. They were hideous. They were giant. I felt like they could have been prevented. Like, I just felt like, what? How did it happen? Like, I was really upset that I was going to have to go on a cruise with these gaping cuts. And yet these people are like accusing me of doing it for clout. And they're like, you went too far. And like, it was terrible. Like I said, people unfollowed me. But ultimately, like, I know my truth. I know it was the truth. I know that I genuinely don't know where I got the cut specifically. Like, I don't know. I just know I felt it, looked down.
it's just funny because like the people who are making videos about it are the ones who are doing it for views. Like, you're doing it for views because like we all know as influencers, we know audiences love drama. We know it. So, like, we know you're coming at this person who has a scar on her stomach saying it's fake for views. So, like, I guess maybe it's because, like, we're older and, like, we've grown up without the internet, or at least I know I have. I'm a couple years older than you. Like, I could never sit there and be mad about someone faking a scar. I could never.
It's so freaking funny you say this, Andrew. Like, I literally will sit back sometimes and be like, but do you have a life? Like, genuinely, I'm sad.
I guess
for
like
you.
I'm your friend, so like I'm biased, but like looking at Scar Girl on TikTok, like I still don't know if her scar was real or fake, but I loved her. I thought it was so funny, whether it was real or fake. She handled it like a champ. She didn't like care about the hate, like, and like even like to prove that it was like real, she would like take like a tissue and like lightly wipe it and like be like, see, there's not, but like whether it was real or fake, who cares? Who cares?
That's the problem is like people get so wrapped up in it. Like there's this girl. I'm so sorry if you're watching this, but like now you're going to know that I know. There's this girl who comments on my videos, every single one, I'm so grateful for it. She watches every single one. However, I don't know if she doesn't know that like you see the user that's commenting. Like I don't know if she doesn't know, because every video I post, the first comment is so mean, like hate comment, like mean. And then the next one is still her, but it's like, I love you so much, Hailey. I can't wait to watch this. I'm your biggest fan. And it's the same girl.
Oh, okay. Wait.
And it's back to back.
Does she comment on the same video?
Yes.
Okay, wait.
Does she do it to you?
I don't know if it's, there's a certain genre of people who will, this has happened throughout my whole career on social media. They'll leave like 8 comments throughout the whole video. Like, I could tell like they're like chronologically watching the video. And like, they'll comment on things at the beginning. And like, some of them will be like severe, like hate comments. And the other things will be like, LMAO, like, you're so funny. Like, and I'm just like, whiplash.
I guess I just don't get it. And so like, I would get these people that are like, you're fake, Hailey. Like, I can't believe you ruined your reputation like this, blah, blah, blah. And simultaneously, they're still watching every single one of my videos.
I also don't think people can realize, like, as like a creator, we can click on someone's comment and see every comment they've left in the past on any video ever.
Yep. You could see even the videos that they've liked. Like, you could see everything that they've done. And actually, for those of you who want to be like noticed and whatnot by Andrew and Jenna, it can show like the top commenters, like the people, like you'll see like your top, I don't know if it's 5 or 10 people who are watching and like that are commenting and engaging. And so it's nice because then you can get to know like I get to know the people who are constantly enjoying my videos.
I don't think they realize the amount of information like we have. Like we could see like what our viewers are watching. Like for us to like get ideas.
Yep. What they searched after us. Yeah.
On our apps.
Which it throws me off sometimes because like it'll be like your people who are watching your channel also watched this, and I'm like, that's nothing like me. Like,
some of the people that like my viewers watch, it actually kills me. Some of the people that my viewers watch are like people that I find insufferable, and I'm just like, oh, no, I'm like, am I like that? Maybe I would find myself insufferable.
I do find myself insufferable. But yeah, it's just interesting, the faking content. But did you hear about the Australian influencer on TikTok and what she did with her content?
No.
Okay, let me read you this sentence because this is the reason. And I wanted to include this because like, while I get frustrated and I get really mad when people are like, this is fake, Hailey's fake, nothing's real on the internet. I'm like, I literally I have cried on the internet. I have bared like the worst parts of my life. Why do you think that I would lie now? But this is what influencers are doing nowadays, Andrew. A woman in Australia has been charged with poisoning a child and posting videos of the infant suffering online to get views and donations. I had seen her child and she was saying she had an incurable brain problem, and the hospital saw her videos. It wasn't adding up. It turned out she was creating it. She had a GoFundMe. Every video was about pray for my baby. And it's like, none of it was real.
That's why like the people who are hating on you, like there's crickets when it comes to this woman, but they're accusing you of hiring a special effects artist on your Mexican princess cruise.
There were people who genuinely believed that my Grams was a paid actor, not just because she was like so cute and like on the ball, which she was funny. She would have been a phenomenal guest on this podcast, but because, hear me out, how could such a tiny grandmother have such a giant of a granddaughter? And they ran with it.
People are so
They
creative.
were like, Hailey, hire someone your own size. And I'm like, I'm so sorry that my grandma's 4'11". Like, what do you want me to do about it? It's just funny. But like, honestly, here's the thing. This is one thing that I've gotten to a point in is like, if you don't think that that video is real, I hope we meet in public one day. I will lift up my shirt to my belly for you and show you the cut. Some guy's going to be like, hey, I don't believe that cut. But no, like I would show you. But at the end of the day, like if you don't believe me, then like what can I do? Like, what do you want me to do, really?
You're so well spoken.
Aw, that's actually such a compliment.
I would be like, if you don't believe me, go fuck yourself.
No, I'm not always so nice. Like there have been times, believe me, like I was thinking back to talking about being a mean girl. I was trying to think, like, have I ever been a mean girl? And
We all have at some point.
I'm sure. But, like, I think I used to bully my sister. I mean, I was bullied back, but, like, we bullied each other.
It's reverse. So I bully my brother now. Like in this day and age, I bully my brother. But he used to bully
Do you
me.
really?
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen that. You've always been so nice when you're around him.
I mean, we're extremely close, but I bully him. Like if he tells a joke, I'll be like,
No, like, but I don't think you really understand because, like, I was thinking about it and I'm like, this is like, you probably should have been in therapy. And if, at the very least, Julia should have been. My mom used to have me babysitting all the time. And as I would babysit, I would get, like, sick of her because she would just always want to, like, she was bothering me and she knew she was.
Yeah.
Her and I used to battle. Now we're close. But back then, so I created a persona named Monster Mouse. And I can't believe I'm admitting this. I would turn into Monster Mouse, and he had a theme song. It would go,
stop, I'm going to be, do it. Do it so we can all cringe. I'm not gonna look at you. I'm not gonna look at you.
I don't know if I can do it. I have to get into character. I need to picture Julia bothering me. I would go, okay, I can do the full song, but I would go, a monster. I can't do a monster mouse. Monster mouse. Anyway, it was kind of like that, okay? For those of you that's not my singing voice, that's Monster Mouse. And so I would like, and she'd go, I don't like Monster Mouse. Where's Hailey? And I go, Hailey's not here.
Okay. Is this, are we still talking about bullying? Because I used to get called a and slapped across the face. So.
Andrew, I would pretend to be Monster Mouse and then I would take her to the, this is the mean part, I would take her to the corner of the room and tell her that, like, if she wants Hailey to return, she has to look at a certain spot on the wall for the next hour. And she would sit there and stare at the wall and go, Monster Mouse, is Hailey coming back yet? And then one day she brought it up to my mom and mom was like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, it's a game we play. And Julia's like, it's not a game.
Is this you being a mean girl?
To my sister, yeah.
It's a game.
I know, but I look back and that has to be trauma, Andrew. Your sister's not here anymore. Like,
yeah, I guess. I just
like
think
possession. Like, I literally would act. Like, I made it sound funny here. I'd be like, a monster mouse. Like, I would scare her. But like, I don't think, like, I'm sure I've been like unintentionally a mean girl at some point. But one thing I can stand on is I did not bully in school. Like, I was that person. I was anti-bullying. I used to do anti-bullying concerts. Like, so against it. But I mean,
I think, you know how like Chaperone is your favorite artist's favorite artist? Mm-hmm. I think I'm your bully's bully. Like, I never ever picked on someone for no reason.
Yeah.
Picking on someone wasn't my thing, especially back then. But like, and I also don't sit here and gossip about people who are like, I don't gossip about people who are like, are happy or whatever. But like, if you notice, like when I am negative, when I'm like, go fuck yourself, blah, 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 it's always about people who are leaving hate on my videos or my friends' videos.
Yeah.
It's never just like an innocent.
Or people who are just insufferable. I'm the same way. If
I'm like, I'm a bully's bully.
Yeah. I mean, like, to me, some people, they bring it out of other people. Like, at the end of the day, like, I just don't have the patience for it. And my thing is, like,
I guess just growing up, like, with like my like an older brother and like a lot of straight friends, like my older brother's straight older friends, and I had straight guy friends. Like, I think I'm just very much like a more of a fight fire with fire type person.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a couple times where, like, specifically, do you know when I get mean in life? And it all has to do with food.
What?
When I'm hangry, sometimes I can get really frustrated with like delivery things if like they're really not right. Like, there was one time that I ordered a few weeks ago. I hadn't ate all day. You know, you're so hungry. You're so looking forward to it. And my specific instructions were like, hand it to me. Because like where I live, it's my condo building and like a whole bunch of them in our community. Like, it's like, and like thousands of people live here. So like I wanted it to be handed to me. Because if you leave it in the lobby, it's going to be stolen.
Are you like mansplaining a city to me right now?
No. Actually, no, like, okay, yeah,
Like,
that
there's
sounds
a bunch
like
of
it,
like
but
structures. A lot of people live like on top of each other.
no, so it's like it's a community, so we're all under the same like management. So it's like my building, the building next, like we're all like a thing, like we're interconnected. So yeah, that was like, why did I explain that?
So an apartment complex.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Can you tell I don't get out much? I don't talk much. So I specifically said like hand it to me, and the person checked off that they did and that they had handed it to me. And then I was like, no, they didn't. So I'm trying to be friendly. And then the driver's like, yeah, I did look at the picture, and the picture's on the floor. But like, I'm like, sir, how did you hand it to me if it's on the floor? And I'm looking, and it's not even my building. Like, it's like the building way across.
Oh no.
And so I told them, I think my driver stole it. Like, because I was so upset. And like, because I was going to all these different buildings, I couldn't find it. It was like a whole thing. And then I ended up finding it, and I felt really bad because I wasn't rude to the people, but I was very snippy.
Have you ever been in the delivery picture? Like like taking the food? Like I've been in the delivery pictures looking like a warthog. Like completely caught off guard.
Okay, Andrew. Tyler and I were so offended. There was one time that like someone came to deliver, and like we wanted to pose in the photo, and he was like, get out. Like, no. Like he was so serious. He was like, you cannot be in the picture. And we were just like, oh, okay. Like we closed the door while like he took his picture. And then like we thought we were being so cute, and he was just like, mm-mm. Like, mm-mm. But like, I just think like, I love, and this is the thing, I love delivery people. I always tip them well. I'm always so grateful. If I don't want to get up out of my condo and you're bringing me something that's not a necessity, it's a want, I'm grateful. But like, don't say you handed it to me and that I'm in the wrong when I know you didn't hand me my food.
Yeah. No, that pisses me off too. It's like,
I don't like that. Because like, now you're calling me a liar. Like, and I never take what isn't mine, and I also don't steal. So, well, I did in grade 1, but I don't steal. So I was like,
did you steal any eraser?
No, I was a calculated thief.
Oh, okay.
I stole a Game Boy.
Damn.
Yeah, and I was so it was on the floor underneath the backpacks, and I thought to myself, it's not stealing if it's on the floor, finders keepers. So I took it home, and I was playing with it in the open, and my mom's like, we did not buy you that. And she's like, where did you get this from? And I'm like, oh, my cousin Brandon. Like, I knew I was in the wrong. And she was like, called it my uncle. And he's like, no, Brandon didn't give Hailey that. So they're catching me in a lie now. And they wanted to prove a point. They called an off-duty police officer to come to my house to pretend to arrest me. I'm in the 1st grade. Looking back, my mom's like, that's childhood trauma. I shouldn't have done that. She said I was in my room and they called me down the stairs, and I guess I stopped at the top of the stairs, and the look on my face, the officer turned to my mom and said, I can't do this. He couldn't tell me you're under arrest, because I literally, like, imagine me, little Hailey. I was like, and he sat me down and taught me about stealing.
That's hilarious. I, in maybe like 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade, I don't remember which one, we went on a field trip to a museum. I actually have no justification for this. Like, I don't know. At the time, I really did not think it was a big deal. Like, I don't know why, but we went to a museum, and there was like a room with like all like rocks with like crystals in them. And like, to me, crystals were diamonds.
No.
So me and Taylor, we were in the class together, and we took one of the rocks off the shelves because it had a hole in it with
all
like,
the crystals.
crystal.
Yeah.
To us, it was a diamond.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And we had like either like a pen or a metal stick, and we started carving away at the rock
To get a crystal.
museum. And we carved it out, and we got the crystal, and we put it in our pocket, and they saw us on the cameras.
And they came and talked to you?
Yes, we stole a crystal with that. We thought it was a diamond. Like, we thought we were gonna. First of all, it's not even like I had concept of money at that time. Like, so I don't know what I don't know. I think like,
oh my God,
cartoons, maybe Cat Dog really made me.
You were not alone in that. My grandpa used to be a miner, and he used to be working in gold mines. Miners. And they
what is that? Well, what? No, what is that? What is that?
Like,
Kendrick Lamar, a miner.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
You don't know what I'm... Don't say yeah when you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I could see it in those big fish eyes. You don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah.
No, Kendrick he just won the Grammy for the A minor. Okay, whatever.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
No, you don't. Talk about your
Yes,
grandpa.
I do. Anyways, he used to be a minor.
Yes.
And they gave him like a piece of gold to take home. Like it was like a rock with gold in it. They gave a couple people. I mean, I hope they did. I don't know if he stole it, but like I don't think he did. Anyways, he had a friend that was a teacher, and she like taught about like minerals and the earth or whatever. And so he lent it to her for like her class to look at for a week. And when he got it back, all the gold was scraped out of it.
That's
Yeah. The kids scraped the gold out. So you're not alone. I guess it's like
it could have been at that museum.
It could have been.
I guess we could take a call. I had a few calls, but I'll save them for next episode because we've been filming for a while now. But we can take a call.
Do you know why this is kind of really exciting? Is one of the career paths I would have taken had I not went into social media or like anything in the entertainment industry. Is I really would have loved to have been like obviously a criminal psychologist and whatnot, but I would have been interested in being like a therapist.
Oh yeah, me too. That was one of mine.
So let me know how well I would do.
Well, if we film another episode one day, we can. I'll put it out. Like people could call in for us, like personally.
Andrew, you would have been the funniest therapist. You would have been such an acquired taste.
I would be like, just have you tried getting over it?
Have you told them to touch some grass?
Have them talk to me. That's what I would say. Give them my number.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm calling for advice. I have an ex-boyfriend. He was my really first boyfriend, and we were together for like 5 years. And after like a couple years of us being together, he told me a secret of a kink that he has, and it's like being in a diaper or seeing his partner in a diaper. And I was absolutely mortified. We broke up like a year or so later, and he's still close with some members of my family just because our parents were close, whatever. Well, he's now engaged to another girl, and he has kind of had a multitude of different girlfriends before he got engaged to this girl. And they always kind of ended. A couple of the reasons was because he told them he didn't want kids. I didn't really think much of it. Well, I was reactivating my Instagram the other day, and I had a suggested friend come up, and I could see it was private, but it was him wearing a diaper. I knew it was him, I could just tell, and the location was correct. So I'm like, that's so odd. So me and my best friend, I told her, and she was mortified, and we started creeping on this website that he's on, and it's clearly pictures of him just without a face. And yeah, so there was questions that people could answer on this site, and they were asking things like, it's anonymous questions. They were asking things like, when's the last time you wore a diaper? Like, mind you, there's pictures of him wearing a diaper on this site. Again, it doesn't show his face. You can see things in the background. You can see parts that you just know it's him. Like, it's just obvious. And my best friend agreed. And anyway, someone asked the question, does your partner know? Or have you told any of your partners? And he says no, which is a lie because he did tell me. He's probably mortified. But he's engaged to this woman, and they're going to get married this year, and she doesn't know. What do you think? What do you guys think about that? Is it someone's duty to tell her? Should we stay out of it? What do we think? Hey, love you guys. Bye.
There are so many layers, many layers to this. First of all, I want to say, like, there's certain kinks, like, whatever. I know kink shaming is such a thing that's frowned upon. I'm a closeted kink shamer. That is one thing. I'm a kink shamer. I am. I'm so sorry. If I'm going to be canceled for being a kink shamer, so be it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
There's certain kinks, okay, but, like, I talked in the last episode about, like, someone was saying, like, a scat kink.
Okay, I watched that. And when you came out afterwards and you were like, I'm judging, I was sitting there like, low key I am too. Like, okay, I don't get it.
Let's like dive one, like 3 feet deeper into this diaper kink. Who wears diapers?
Babies.
Minors. Like, you know what I mean? A minor.
No, but you know what's... That's very true, because I stumbled across this YouTube channel, and again, no shade to the creators, but it was essentially this like relationship where like the girl wears diapers. She has a whole bedroom that's a baby bedroom. So like a baby crib, a baby like a changing table. He like pretends to change her diaper. And I, like you said, to each their own. If it's consensual, like what you want to do in your bedroom, that's totally up to you. But I can't really get behind the whole like diaper thing, because to me, like you said, it feels very like you said, children, babies wear diapers. So where's the kink in that? Like putting kink and diaper in the same sentence to me is like you're one moment away from Chris Hansen showing up at your door.
Do you have any kinks?
I mean, not like any weird kinks. Like I don't think that I've ever been like done anything that anyone would be like,
maybe it's
like,
not weird to you, but maybe
yeah, I don't. Like, I'm definitely all for, like, the, like, role-playing thing. Like, I think that can be fun. Okay. Like that kind of stuff. Like, I'm very, like, open sexually. Yeah. But, like, at the same time, I don't, like, I can guarantee you I would never be cool with somebody peeing on me, pooping on me, or putting me in a diaper and changing it. Like, I just think that that's, like, I actually think the diaper thing.
I'm picturing you in a diaper now.
Oh my God. I think the diaper thing, like when you put kink in it, and then like you look at like a kink where like I said, they have a whole baby bedroom, and like they're a couple, like they kiss. So it's like, it's very inappropriate. To me, it's like borderline mentally ill. Can I say that? Like, no, seriously. Like if you think that you're a baby and you're letting your partner that you're intimate with treat you like a baby, it's like, where does that come from? And maybe you need therapy. Really? Like maybe you have some unresolved
because like it's one thing if like you have trauma, and like let's say someone has trauma like from a kid and they were never treated like a kid when they were a kid, blah blah blah. But like to bring it to the sexual side, that's where it's weird. That's where like it needs to stop. That's
what I'm saying. Like where you say like it's because okay, I'm not even kidding you. When I first like heard that it was diapers, my initial thought was like, oh, like, does he have IBS? Like, I was thinking, like, does he have, like, IBS? And, like, maybe that helps him. Like, so seriously, because it's a very real thing.
It was a kink and not a disability. Because, like, I would never laugh at a disability. Never. Actually, that's something, like, adult diapers is actually something that breaks my heart. Like, when I see that people have to wear them, even if, like, they just have to wear them because they gave
100%.
Birth, like, and, you know, the girls have to wear them, it still breaks my heart. Like, I don't...
No, absolutely. And, like, and at the end of the day, like, Lord knows what's going to happen to our bladders as we age. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, like, I don't know. But, like, the fact that it's a kink, I think to me, I can't understand it, because I just would never associate a diaper with, like, let's have sex, or, like, let's be freaky, or, like, come look at me, I look so sexy. Like, why would I want to look sexy wearing a diaper? Like... Unless it's a disability, and then rock the diaper, you know, like that's a different situation. But like, I just think it's a little bit strange. However, if the question is what we think about the fact that like the fiance doesn't know, I think that's her thing. She's got to figure out.
It's problematic either way, because number one, like I said, the minor thing, but number two, diapers are for babies or people who have disabilities. So like,
or old age,
like having a wheelchair kink. Like, that would be, like, you can't do that.
That would be very politically incorrect. Like, could you imagine?
Exactly. It's the same thing. So, anyway, going back to her question is, she found her ex-boyfriend's Instagram. She knows it's him. And she saw he has a fiance. Should she tell her? To me, I think if you knew the fiance, it would be a different story. I would be like, yeah, tell her. But
yeah,
it's just good.
I'm right there with you.
It's good to just stay in your own lane. Like... It's none of your business anymore.
And at the end of the day, they're getting married. So, like, maybe she's got some freaky kinks, too. And they're just two peas in a pod. And they're going to live that life together. But I think, like, if it's not your problem anymore, the one thing I've learned is, like, just don't even insert yourself. Like, just stay focused.
And it's very normal to feel conflicted about this. Like, should I tell her? Like, I would also be like, should I tell her? But at the end of the day, just stay in your own lane. Just... block the account and go on about your own life. Like, forget about it.
And again, if that's not what you're into, then at the end of the day, he wasn't your person anyways. So just wish him well, and wish him well with his new fiance, and not your problem.
And his diapers.
Yeah, there we go. And sorry if any of you have that kink. It's just, I don't understand it personally.
And it's
At all.
weird. And it's a little weird. Anyway, look, it's gentle bullying. And that's my new term. Like, I'm all for gentle bullying. Like, we could still be friends, but drop the diaper kink. It's a little weird.
I think it would be worse off in our world if we all just told everyone, like, yeah, that's totally normal. Like, therapists would be out of a job if we told everyone that the things that they do with their trauma and whatnot was normal. Like, it's okay to be like,
Here's your litter box. Here's your litter box for your 3rd grade student. Yes.
honestly. And like, to me, it's like, be who you want to be, but like, it's a little interesting.
Anyway, before we give anyone anything else to cancel us about, because I know I'll be fine, but you will be calling me crying every day. Let's end this.
No, because I think that it's a very valid point. I think people can get behind me, and if not, then it's probably their kink, and then for that, I'm sorry.
We could still be friends, just weird kink. Yeah.
Because I don't want to hear about it. Yeah. Like, you do you.
Anywho, that was a nice fun episode. I felt like we were just FaceTiming it. Like, I didn't feel like we were trying to stick to any topics or anything. So that was a lot of fun. Guys, make sure you go and follow Hailey on all of her social medias. We will put those in the description down below. It was her birthday this week, so happy birthday,
Yes.
Hailey.
Thank you.
That's another reason why I wanted to film with you this week. And
Yeah.
let us know if you guys would want to do an episode where Hailey and I both take calls. We could do that in maybe a couple months or in a month or whatever.
Let us live our therapist fantasy.
Yes, we could cosplay. That's definitely problematic, but we could cosplay therapists.
I'll wear my blazer.
Yes, I'll wear my
Put
diaper.
the pen behind the ear.
That'll be fun. Okay. We love you guys so much. Make sure, do all the things that I always tell you to do. Leave a comment down below. Could be anything.
I just want to say that I love you and thank you for having me. This was so much fun. I feel like I was just being so chill. I didn't try to like overdo anything.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of fun, and I like that about this podcast.
I think you talked about things that you never thought you would talk about on the internet.
I never thought I would be talking about diaper kinks in my entire life, let alone on the internet. So leave it to Andrew TMI.
There you go.
To get the TMI.
Always bring it out of Hailey Reese. Anyway, love you guys so much. I will see you next week.
Thanks for having me.